Nelson González.
Who else?
Génesis Solís.
José Carlos Montalbán.
Norlan Rodríguez.
Kimberly Peralta.
Adriana Ramírez.
Okay, we're gonna do something, folks. Some of your names are not in this list. Could you please write your name on the chat? In Zoom chats, please. Your full name, please. Okay, folks, we're gonna start with this. I hope you have read the document on the session 3, and the content that we're gonna cover today are moral judgment and philosophical ethics. So we're gonna apply these ones through some discussions that we will have. And the objectives that we have for this session, folks, are to identify the concept of moral judgment and the main philosophical ethics approaches related to ethical decision making, to analyze ethical situation by applying moral judgments and philosophical ethical principles such as deontology, utilitarianisms, and virtue ethics. Some of the moral dilemma that we have been discussing in the previous sessions, right? And the last one, to demonstrate ethical reasoning by justifying moral decisions in case analysis using appropriate ethical terminology. Okay. So the first thing, folks, as I mentioned in the WhatsApp group. So in this session, it's gonna be just discussion. So we got this group discussion, and we got a question that says, "Is it always right to tell the truth, even if it hurts someone, or why not?" So the thing that we're gonna do, folks, I'm gonna divide the group in some breaking rooms, okay, and you have to interact with your peers, okay. So, something important, folks, that you have to do at the first thing that you have to do is to mention, to say, to tell your name first before giving your opinion. Okay, I'm gonna divide the class in some groups. So, folks, in this room one, I would like to listen to you. What do you think about the question that you saw in the main session? That it says, "Is it always right to tell the truth, even if it hurts someone? Why or why not?" What do you think, folks? So in this group, we got Adriana, Cindy Prado, Dionisha, Jocelyn, Kimberly, Jeffrey.
Teacher, I would like to participate.
Yeah, go ahead, Adriana.
On my opinion, I think that the correct is always say the truth. no matter what, because at the end, I understand that it might be difficult for someone to know the truth, but it will be more difficult if we are lying to that person, even more when that person is special for us. And when it comes to a professional life, we need to be honest about what we are doing. In other words, um, tell the truth no matter what.
Okay, good. Do you have another opinion? Jocelyn, go ahead.
Hello, Professor. I think sometimes telling the full truth is it could be harsh or insensitive. Is it like an insensitive way, like can cause unnecessary pain? For example, if someone is already feeling insecure and we say something very direct and harmful, it might damage their confidence instead of
Yeah.
helping them. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's good. I totally agree with you, Jocelyn. Archimedes, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, teachers and
Good
classmates.
morning.
Well, in my opinion, uh, in all the contexts, is necessary to say the truth because the truth is an important value in the society. I know sometimes the truth it could be hurts a
Hmm.
other person or other perspective or other point of view, but the truth is the truth
Yeah.
and so never change. And the also when you read the uh, elder ideologic or when you read some historical book, for example the Bible or the other philosophy book, it's important the truth because the truth is the essential that the reality connection with other person and the other reality and is necessary to this perspective all the time say the truth.
That's good, Archimedes. Cindy Prado, go ahead.
Good evening. Do you
Evening.
hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good. So, my opinion, I would say that it is important to say the truth because it builds trust and generate a genuine relationship with others, improving self-respect, and
Hmm.
at some point it's kind of showing empathy for the other person, even if what you're going to say it's kind of hard to assimilate. It will be 10,000, like it is better to hear the truth um rather than someone who is going to maybe lie
Hmm.
about a delicate situation. So that's my opinion about that.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. Marcos, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you hear me, teacher?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Disagree. I think that depends
Hmm.
because if the tree causes necessary destruction and not benefit, you don't need like save. For example, I don't know if any of you have in the situation that you have a friend and this friend has a boyfriend and maybe you saw and you know that the boyfriend is cheating on her and you tell the truth and maybe these people like fight in a relationship but at the end they keep in the relation and you're the bad person. So I think that if for any reason maybe it's necessary to say something even if it's the truth, you don't need to say.
Yeah, yeah, Marcos. Yeah, thank you. Folks, and what about we got a medical situation? Do you think the doctors, before telling the truth, do you think that they take into account the patient's emotional states or not?
I think that yes, well, it's Mark. I think that yes, but also I know that, for example, in US, the patient has the right, like, if he doesn't want that the doctor say what is the medical condition for him,
Hmm.
the doctor cannot say to maybe to his father or her mother, whatever. It's only for the patient. It's something that it's her right
Okay, very
to
good.
give.
Do we have another opinion? Jocelyn, go ahead.
I think if we talk about medical situation, I think it's better to say the truth because no matter what is happening with that person, because if
Even
Uh,
if it's
if I'm in the relationship, yet yes. But if I broke up with a person, I don't need the information anymore because or what? It doesn't
it
matter.
will hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hurt my heart. But the person is any we broke up. It doesn't matter if I'm still with the person. I need that information. I need that
Yeah.
information because the person is cheating on me.
Yeah.
But if I broke up, I don't need that. Don't tell me because just gonna hurt me. So I for that reason, I think it depends on the context.
Yeah,
And
it depends on the case. Yes.
and folks, what about if we got a medical condition, a medical situation? Do you think that doctors, before saying the truth to the patient, do you think that they take into account the patient's emotional states?
Jose Carlos, actually, I like the question because is it important to know the case of the person because some people die not because of the disease, it's because of
Of the
the emotional
information.
damage.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, the emotional damage because a person that is very down, it can the person can die just for the information. So first of all, you need to know the case. My patient is important to him or her to know the information because another person can affront the problem and say, so I'm with this disease, so I need to take care of me
Hmm.
even more. But another person can just die because the person don't want to live, doesn't want to live.
Hmm. Jose Miranda, go ahead.
Yes, teacher, I guess my question before answering yours is who is the moral subject? Am I a doctor that's trying to tell the truth to a patient, or am I a family member? Who am I?
Mm,
Yeah, depends on what you're telling, right? Because if you're gonna say it, if we're talking about the truth, so the moral subject is the patient, right?
The reason I'm asking is that doctors have a moral obligation to tell the truth to the
Yeah,
patient.
and that's
yeah.
related to the ontology, right? The
It,
moral
it
dialectisms, right?
Exactly, exactly. So that the doctor is forced to use the to take the ontological approach because
Right.
it's for this approach the action is wrong or right even if it leads to that the a good consequence or the desired consequence, right? It's still wrong. But if I'm a family member or a friend or someone, then I think we can take the utilitarian approach if we
Yeah.
want. because
Yeah,
we're not obligated by law to use
right.
moral the ontological one.
Yeah, that depends on the kind of views that you're seeing, or the kind of perspective. As you mentioned before, that if you see this one from the ontological perspective, so it's your duty. So in the case of the medical, right, or doctors, right, is it their duty to say the truth to the patient, right?
Yes.
Adriana, go ahead.
I consider a doctor should always aim to be honest with their patient, but also consider how and when to share the
Yeah,
information.
yeah,
So,
something important. So we need to take into account, folks, the way how we're going to transmit the truth, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
they should
teacher.
give the truth in a way that the patient can understand without causing unnecessary fear or panic.
Yeah. Kaylin, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to add something. Like my partners said, um, I think also that doctors are actually trained on how to deliver the truth, so it hurts less. Um, it's not about being blunt; it's about to being honest, but
Yeah.
supportive. Um, that's my point of view. Being honest and being supportive, but always to saying the truth, because as a patient we have the right to know what's going on with our bodies or our health, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Regina, Mora, go ahead. Hello, Regina.
Hello, can you hear me?
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was on mute. So I would like to add that as well, it's necessary to be empathetic with the patient because so many people can react in a different way. Because it's necessary to be not be honest with the patient. It's as well to be empathetic, to know how they can feel in. So, and it's important to be very empathetic with the patient because we don't know how the people feeling. So for me, it's always be empathetic with the patient and that we know how we can tell any, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Do we have another volunteer, another opinion?
Mm, Well, in by my experience, doctors are
They don't have like a good education because you know that sometimes we say the school is the second home and the house or home is the second school. So I think that creating values and lead them is a good part of being a teacher, uh, highlighting their values or what they do correct so they can feel special and important.
Yeah, so I think another idea about that, teacher have to have the responsibility to guide students. When telling the truth, helps students understand their mistake and improve. So I think it is another good part of being a teacher. Help a student to improve in the way gentle. I don't know.
I consider when you are a teacher, you have the responsibility to help to improve your students. In this case, if your students are not acknowledging this project that you have, I consider that is so difficult, and you have this responsibility that is the students practice or learn all the day because time you have a time for and you don't know what happened in their house and the out of the academy or at the school.
Mm,
and
so
and also um, you have the responsibility of teach, but you can to control the student or the mind of the student.
Folks, and what about if we got a medical situation? Do you think that doctors, before saying the truth to the patients, do you think that they consider or they take into account the patient's emotional state?
Well, most of the doctors doesn't do that. They say it and that's all. Doesn't matter their passions or their patient's relative feelings, and they only
Mm-hmm.
say it and because they consider that the truth, saying the truth, is better than lying, giving them expectations, and because it would hurt them more than
Mm-hmm.
the illness probably is doing. For that reason, I think that they say the truth and without without thinking about the feelings of the patient and his or her relative.
Okay, very good. Do we have another volunteer, another different opinion about it?
Yeah, I have an opinion. I'm Lucia,
Yeah, go
Lucia
ahead.
Oviedo. And in this situation, uh, medics need to tell the truth. Some of them tell in like empathic way, other are
Mm-hmm.
like this. This is the reality.
So rude, no?
Yeah, but in this situation, they need to tell the truth because is if it's a medical condition that maybe can kill the patient, they can't ignore that information and cover with makeup. They need to tell, look, this is what it is. You need to take the medication, maybe you need treatment, maybe you need this or that, or maybe you're gonna die.
Yeah.
But if they don't tell the truth, they're gonna have problem because they are lying, sorry, with the life of a patient. And this is a delicate situation because they have a life in their hands. So they need to be honest because if we if they are honest, the patient can take a decision, maybe not taking the medication, maybe taking the medication, I don't know. But if they don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, Lucia mentioned something important, folks. And for the rest of the students, I have this question. Based on Lucia's opinions, do you think that that is seen from the ontological perspective or utilitarianism's perspective? What do you think? Rem- yeah, Patricia, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Could you please repeat that question? That is about what
So
Lucia's.
based on Lucia's opinion,
Mhm.
so do you see this her opinion from the ontological perspective or from utilitarianism's perspective? Gerardo, go ahead.
Yeah, it would be the ontological perspective, since this is based on the nature of the human being, and but it is basically and not like the moral part of the human being. So we're not interested on that when it comes to giving a patient their prescription, letting them know about their prescription. You cannot lie. You cannot be based on the nature of the human being, basically on excuse me on the moral of a human being when it comes to this, because this is a serious matter that has to do with
Yeah.
people's health And of course, you cannot lie whatsoever. So yes, it would be related to the first option.
Yeah, yeah, because that's their duty, right? To say the truth. Okay, very good. Do we have another volunteer? Noel, go ahead.
In this case, I consider that person that study or be in the world of medicine need to speak with the truth because has a big responsibility about of the health of the person.
Okay, thank you, Noel. Thank you very much. Do we have the last participation of regarding this? Genesis Solis, what about you?
Well, teacher, I'm thinking. I don't know if someone of my classmate can
Okay.
do it.
Well, what I can say is that, yeah, a doctor has the responsibility to tell that truth because you cannot say the fake news and you cannot play with the life of others. So, in a case that it has a really bad illness, you have to tell that truth because maybe the family of that person is thinking that are thinking, sorry, that the person is good and it will be it will get healthy. So we have to be careful in what we say. As well, it's not only in that path. I think that in every profession, everyone should be honest.
Hello, folks. So time has ended for the breakout rooms. Based on your discussions that you had with your peers, so I need three volunteers to talk about this. Make a summary about the answers, the different types of answers that you were doing, that you were saying, right? That you were making, right? So I mean, if you agreed with your peers or not, yeah, Nelson, go ahead.
Okay, well, I am agree with say the truth first because when we say the truth, even if this hurt someone, we can say with properly word, and it can uh cause less effect in himself. And I think that I am agree to say the truth i- until they say the lie first, until the lie.
Yeah, someone else? Marcus, go ahead. Then Jose Miranda.
Well, with my team, we discuss about the truth with the doctors and also the patient's perspective. We are agreed that with the doctor needs to tell the truth to every patient, no matter what. However, on the patient's perspective, I'm kind of disagree because you have the right to tell to your family, or you have the right that if you don't want the doctor say the illness that you have in right now or the medical condition that you are having right now, he cannot say it. And also, it's your right. It's not that you're like lying, but is you're right that you don't want that your family maybe suffer because maybe you got cancer or something related, because you will find maybe in the future, but not in that moment, the time to tell the truth.
Yeah, Jose Miranda, go ahead.
I think Marcos and I were in the same group, right, Marco?
Mhm.
Marcos.
Yes, yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he explained it very well. Um, so I guess the only thing that I want to add is that doctors are morally obligated to take the deontological approach, while
Definitely.
we as family or friends, we are free to take the approach we consider best.
Okay, thank you very much, folks. And for ending up, yeah, Montalban, go ahead.
In this scenario, something I don't like is the telling the truth in a raw way is easy for the doctor because they are facing the death every day. So
Yeah, every
I
single
would
day.
like another scenario where you care more about the patient instead of be a patient. Better on a scenario where it's your friend, your girlfriend, your mom, your uncle, your cousin, and
Hmm.
some person that you take care of him.
Yeah. And for ending up, folks, I would like to listen to some of you based on the discussion that we have done. How would you define moral judgment? So we're gonna start with Ricardo. Ricardo, based on the discussions, on your discussions with your peers, how would you define the moral judgment? Then Rosa Vanegas.
Well, I think moral judgment, and as we discussed before, it depends of what value you have from someone, or kind of situation that you are in that moment, because there is a lot a lot of psychology, moral things that enhance in that kind of thing or situations.
Okay, thank you. Daphne Taylor, go ahead.
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
So, according to the question that you asked, in my opinion, I think that it's better to tell the truth because, as the scenarios that my friends share with us, um, it's better to say the truth because you have to be honest. And if we don't honest, we don't hurt someone.
Okay, good. Gerardo Sosa.
Yep. So when it comes to moral judgment,
Yeah.
I would say I would define it as the evaluation, or how we see our actions, the actions that humans commit, their behavior, intentions, um, etc. And of course, based on our principles, on our values, our social terms, our laws, and yeah, that would be pretty much about it. I would consider that moral judgment is the way we see people's actions as bad or good.
Yeah, so some of the keywords you mentioned, like behaviors, actions. Okay, very good. Jose Miranda, go ahead.
Yes, yeah. Moral judgment is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
It's the process of evaluating what we think is right or wrong, and it's I think it's one of the greatest values we have as human beings because it is the perfect example of free will and reasoning and our
Yeah,
capacity to apply transcendence, not just stay with
exactly.
historicity, but our capacity to transcend and evolve moral duties and moral virtues. And we apply in this moral judgment process, we apply everything. We apply rules, we apply utilitarianism consequences, we apply just about everything in our minds as human beings.
Yeah, good point of view, Jose. Thank you very much. Marcos Montoya, what about you?
Well, for example, in the moral judgment, I'm kind of disagree with the past concept because I think that is uh, mm, it's kind of selfish because you decide or you base your opinion based on your values, morals, and in many occasions we can fall in the hypocrite criteria because maybe that for you, someone kill, I don't know, maybe someone killed your son, but because it's not my son, I will say you need to forgive him, or maybe you need to please don't take justice for your hands, but you are not maybe processing that pain, and you are like a good person with good moral values saying don't act with your hands as a justice, but you don't pass through that situation. So for me, it's a very, very tiny line between a person that is a good moral and also fall in the hypocrite criteria.
Okay, very
Criteria.
good. Very good, folks. Folks, we're gonna end it here because we don't have much time. Okay, just let me tell you, congratulations. Really appreciate your participation the most, and this session has been so productive, right? So any information I will be posting on the WhatsApp group for the next session, folks, and take care. Okay.
Teacher Daphne wanted to say something.
Yeah, yeah.
She was muted.
It's okay. Thank you